Did you want to share something about how you've experienced more joy?
That I had to be mindful of it.
Okay.
Joy is not something you conjure up, okay? But it can be quelched.
Joy?
It can be covered up and hidden if you don't allow it to be itself.
Joy is analogous, not the same as, but analogous to happiness.
Right.
And both of these are byproducts of something else.
Right.
You cannot get happiness by pursuing happiness. If you pursue happiness, you won't find it. It's like trying to go out into the natural world and find plastic. You cannot go out in the world and find a vein of plastic running through a granite, you can't find a mine of plastic. You can't find trees that produce plastic. Plastic is a byproduct of something else, petroleum in this case. Happiness is a byproduct. Joy is a byproduct. And many of my patients, I can't tell you how many patients come to see me, and I say, what is your goal for God? I want to be happy. I want to be happy. I want to be happy. Okay? Nothing wrong with wanting to be happy, but happiness is a byproduct. You pursue it, you can't get it. But you can pursue the primary product which produces happiness. You can go out and hunt for oil, okay, petroleum, and then you can make plastic. Okay, what is the primary?
Faith.
Healthiness.
Yeah, peace of mind.
Healthiness in all, primarily 4 domains. 4 domains. And you think about these 4 domains. 1, physical wellness. If you're physically unwell, you have a fever of 103, you're vomiting, you're nauseated, you've got pain really bad, you're sick, you're physically unwell. You've been in a car accident, you got broken legs, you're in the ICU. When you're physically unwell, are you happy? Physical unwellness undermines happiness. 2, psychological unwellness. People inside their head, I suck, I'm awful, I'm ugly, everything I do is wrong, nobody likes me, and you have negative, pessimistic, destructive patterns of thinking. Are you happy? No. Relational problems. You're in conflict with your spouse, with your kids, with people at church. You're in conflict and you're being rejected, so forth. Are you happy? No. Spiritual unwellness. You're under guilt and shame and feel you're under the condemnation of God and you're on the outs and you don't have spiritual peace. Are you happy? No. These are the 4 primary domains. You can't pursue happiness, but you can pursue healthiness. And so you can say, I'm not happy. Okay, where am I not healthy? Oh, I need to adjust with that. Now, you have total control as an adult. As an adult, you have total control over 2 of those 4 domains. You only have influence over the other 2. The 2 you have total control over, which means it's totally up to you and your choices. That's what I mean. Psychological and spiritual. They're up to you. The other 2, the physical and relational, they're not totally up to you. Lots of things can happen in this world that can affect your physical health. You can definitely make choices that destroy your health, or you can make choices that are healthy, but things can happen. You can get exposed to an infection. You can have a toxic environmental exposure. You can have somebody assault you. You can be in a motor vehicle accident. Things can happen to you that can undermine your physical health. It's not your fault. Same thing with relational health. Things can happen that are no one's fault. People can die and you can lose somebody. And while you're grieving, your happiness is undermined. You've lost somebody you love. You're not happy at that moment. You can have somebody reject you. Jesus and Judas. Judas rejects Jesus. That did not bring happiness to Jesus. It was an unhappy moment for him. Peter denying him and cursing and so forth. Jesus didn't look out there with happiness and joy at what Peter was doing. That was undermining his happiness and joy. But Jesus still had peace with himself. And so as you look at this aspect of joy and happiness, this is a byproduct of healthiness in various domains. And sometimes our joys and happiness are undermined because of sin in the world, not because of some neglect on our part. But it's appropriate to look and see, is there something I can do to improve this?
Sometimes we make choices, though, that block.
That's correct. And sometimes we make choices. And that's usually going to be a psychological piece. And you've seen this. And I remember as a kid, there were sometimes I didn't get my way, and I was in pouty mode. Anybody ever been in pouty mode? And I remember a couple times when I was in pouty mode, and I didn't something, and then the family was going to do something, play a game. I was going to go, let's go for a walk, or whatever. And I was, no, I'm not going to have any fun. I'm not going to enjoy that. Okay? You can't make somebody else respond with joy. You can't do it. And you can block joyful experiences from bringing joy if you're in a mode where you don't want that. Does that make sense? So yeah. Alrighty. So back to the lesson here.